Welcome to the Sleepy Stoic Sanctuary, where ancient wisdom illuminates the path through modern complexity. Tonight, we bridge 20 centuries to discover how the philosophical insights of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus speak directly to the challenges you face in our digital age. These Roman emperors and teachers could never have imagined smartphones or social media, remote work or global connectivity. Yet their wisdom addresses the fundamental human struggles that remain unchanged beneath our technological evolution. The same principles that guided Marcus Aurelius through the responsibilities of ruling an empire while maintaining inner peace can guide you through the information overload of our hyper-connected world. The discipline that allowed Seneca to maintain philosophical clarity while managing vast wealth translates perfectly to navigating our consumer culture and career pressures. The freedom that Epictetus discovered even in physical slavery offers profound liberation from the digital chains that often bind our attention and peace of mind. You live in an era of unprecedented access to information, yet struggle with decision paralysis. You have more connectivity than any generation in history, yet often feel more isolated. You possess productivity tools that would seem magical to ancient peoples, yet frequently feel overwhelmed by busyness without meaning. These apparent paradoxes dissolve when examined through the lens of Stoic wisdom, revealing that the fundamental human challenges remain constant, while only their surface expressions change. Tonight's journey explores how to apply the dichotomy of control to social media anxiety, how to practice memento mori in an age of endless distraction, how to maintain virtue in polarized political discourse, and how to find contentment in a culture designed to create perpetual wanting. The ancient Stoics faced information overload in the Roman Forum. You face it in your notifications. They navigated political upheaval. You navigate cultural division. They balanced worldly success with philosophical living. You balance career advancement with authentic fulfillment. Settle into your bed, close your eyes, and prepare to discover how 20-century-old wisdom provides the clearest guidance for 21st century living. Take 3 deliberate breaths with me now, breathing in the clarity of ancient wisdom and breathing out the noise of digital overwhelm. In through your nose, drawing in the focused attention that Marcus Aurelius cultivated even amid the chaos of ruling an empire. Hold for a moment and release slowly through your mouth, letting go of the scattered energy that modern life often demands. Feel your body settling into a rhythm of integration, like a philosopher finding balance between engagement with the world and retreat into wisdom. Your shoulders drop away from your ears, releasing the tension of trying to be constantly available, constantly connected, constantly responsive to others' demands on your attention. Starting from the crown of your head, imagine a gentle, integrating light beginning to flow down through through your body. This is the light of practical wisdom, the same illumination that guided ancient philosophers in applying timeless principles to the immediate challenges of their daily lives. Feel it flowing down your forehead, relaxing every muscle in your face, preparing you to see clearly through both ancient eyes and modern understanding. Like Seneca, writing letters to Lucilius about managing wealth while maintaining philosophical perspective, or Epictetus, teaching students to find freedom regardless of external circumstances. You are preparing to receive wisdom that transcends any particular era, while speaking directly to your contemporary concerns. You are ready to discover how ancient principles provide the most practical guidance for navigating digital age complexity with clarity, purpose, and inner peace. The integrating light moves down your neck and shoulders, releasing all tension from digital posture and screen fatigue. Your arms grow heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the mattress, like a philosopher, setting aside the tools of engagement to rest in the peace of wisdom understood. Your chest rises and falls in a natural rhythm that honors both the fast pace of modern life and the slower rhythms that nourish the soul. Feel the warm light flowing down through your torso with the patience of ancient teaching applied to contemporary learning. Relaxing your back, your abdomen, releasing any stress from trying to balance technological convenience with authentic living. You are safe here in this moment of integrated peace, protected by wisdom that has guided humans through every era of change and challenge. The light continues its journey down through your hips and thighs, warming every muscle, encouraging complete relaxation, like a modern person who has learned to apply ancient principles without rejecting contemporary benefits. Your legs grow heavy, sinking into the bed as if they're resting after a day of mindful engagement with both digital tools and timeless wisdom. Down through your calves and feet, the integrating light completes its journey, leaving you completely relaxed, completely at peace, completely ready to explore how the deepest insights of Roman philosophy illuminate the path through 21st century complexity toward authentic flourishing and meaningful contribution. Your mind grows quiet and receptively integrated, like a contemporary student of ancient wisdom, preparing to discover how timeless principles address immediate concerns. Like Marcus Aurelius, applying Stoic insights to the practical challenges of leadership, or Seneca, translating philosophical understanding into effective living. You are ready for whatever practical wisdom This exploration of modern Stoicism will bring to your daily experience. You are grounded in this moment of peaceful integration, yet open to discovering how ancient insights can transform your relationship with technology, work, relationships, and purpose. You are safe. You are calm. You are ready to learn how the wisdom that guided emperors and teachers through their era's challenges can guide you through yours with greater clarity, stronger purpose, and deeper peace. Your breathing deepens with the rhythm of practical wisdom applied to real circumstances. Like a philosopher who finds in ancient texts the exact guidance needed for contemporary decisions, you are ready to receive insights that bridge 20 centuries to offer practical direction for digital age living. Breathe deeply and let the exploration of how Marcus Aurelius would handle social media, how Seneca would approach work-life balance, and how Epictetus would navigate political division begin to unfold with immediate relevance for your own life. Marcus Aurelius faced information overload, though his came in the form of messengers arriving with reports from across the Roman Empire, rather than notifications arriving from across the digital world. His meditations reveal a mind constantly processing vast amounts of information while maintaining remarkable clarity about what deserved attention and what could be safely ignored. His approach offers profound guidance for your relationship with the information streams that flow through your daily life. The emperor who ruled the known world wrote, "Confine yourself to the present," not because he lacked access to information, but because he understood that attention is the most precious resource any leader possesses. In our age of endless feeds, constant updates, and perpetual connectivity, this insight becomes revolutionary. You have more information available at any moment than Marcus Aurelius had access to in his entire lifetime. Yet the fundamental challenge remains identical: choosing what deserves your mental energy. The Stoic practice of morning reflection becomes essential digital hygiene. Before reaching for your phone, before checking email, before engaging with the external world's demands on your attention, Marcus Aurelius spent time clarifying his priorities, remembering his values, and setting intentions for how he would respond to whatever the day presented. This ancient practice provides the most practical foundation for maintaining agency over your attention in an environment designed to capture and monetize it. When you feel overwhelmed by information, remember that the Emperor of Rome also felt this pressure. When notifications seem to demand immediate response, remember that even in Aurelius's era, the urgent often masqueraded as important. When you struggle to focus on meaningful work amid digital distractions, remember that the fundamental challenge of sustained attention has faced every thoughtful person throughout history. Only the specific forms of distraction change. The solution lies not in rejecting digital tools entirely, but in applying ancient wisdom to their use. Clarity about purpose, discipline in boundaries, and regular return to the timeless question that guided Marcus Aurelius through imperial complexity. Is this essential? Does this serve my highest values and most important relationships? In the Roman Forum, as in modern social media platforms, people sought validation through public approval, crafted their presentations for maximum favorable impression, and often found their peace of mind dependent on others' opinions. Marcus Aurelius, despite being literally the most powerful person in his world, struggled with the same fundamental tension you face: the difference between reputation and character, between how others see you and who you actually are. His private journals reveal profound insights that speak directly to social media anxiety. How much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does, but only to what he does himself. In an era of curated online personas and constant social comparison, this becomes practical wisdom. Your peace of mind depends not on optimizing others' perception of your life, but on the actual quality of your choices and relationships. The Stoic practice of evening reflection provides powerful perspective on social media engagement. Instead of ending your day scrolling through others' highlight reels, Aurelius recommends examining your own actions. Did I act with virtue today? Did I contribute value to my relationships? Did I make progress on what truly matters to me? These questions connect you with intrinsic motivation rather than external validation. Seneca's letters to Lucilius offer specific guidance for the social comparison that social media amplifies. He reminds his friend that it is likely that some troubles will befall us, but it is not a present fact. How often has the unexpected happened? How often has the expected never come to pass? When you see others' seemingly perfect lives online, remember that you're seeing curated presentations, not complete realities. The most practical Stoic approach to social media maintains engagement while protecting character development. Use these tools to contribute value to others, to strengthen real relationships, to share wisdom and encouragement. But never allow your self-worth to depend on the metrics of external approval. Post what serves others. Engage what elevates thinking. Ignore what merely seeks attention. And remember that character developed in private will always matter more than reputation managed in public. Seneca managed vast wealth as advisor to Emperor Nero while maintaining philosophical integrity, demonstrating that meaningful work and Stoic principles can enhance rather than conflict with each other. His approach to career success offers profound guidance for navigating modern professional pressures without sacrificing personal values or peace of mind. The fundamental Stoic insight about work recognizes that external success, promotions, salary increases, professional recognition, falls into the category of preferred indifference, valuable when available, but not essential for happiness or self-worth. This perspective liberates you from the anxiety that comes from making career advancement your primary source of identity and meaning. Seneca's daily practice included regular reflection on wealth and status as tools rather than goals. He periodically practiced voluntary poverty, sleeping on the floor and eating simple food. Not from ascetic extremism, but to maintain proper perspective on material success. In our career-focused culture, this translates to regular consideration of what you actually need for contentment versus what you want for status. The Stoic approach to workplace stress applies the dichotomy of control with remarkable precision. You control your effort, preparation, integrity, and response to challenges, but you don't control outcomes, others' decisions, market conditions, or organizational politics. This clarity prevents the energy drain that comes from trying to influence what lies beyond your authority, while ensuring you invest fully in what does fall within your power. Modern career anxiety often stems from treating work as the primary source of identity and meaning. The Stoics understood work as one important arena for practicing virtue: courage in facing professional challenges, justice in treating colleagues fairly, temperance in balancing ambition with other life priorities, and wisdom in making decisions that serve long-term flourishing rather than short-term advancement. When you face career uncertainty, remember that Seneca lost and regained fortunes multiple times while maintaining philosophical equilibrium. When workplace politics create stress, apply Marcus Aurelius's insight that you cannot control others' actions, only your responses. When success creates pressure to maintain status, remember Epictetus's teaching that true security comes from character development rather than external achievements. Both Marcus Aurelius and Seneca possessed great wealth while maintaining philosophical perspective that offers profound guidance for financial anxiety in our consumer culture. Their approach to money transcends both the extremes of ascetic rejection and materialistic obsession, providing practical wisdom for building security while avoiding the trap of endless accumulation. Seneca's letters reveal sophisticated thinking about wealth's proper role. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more who is poor. In an economy designed to create perpetual wanting through advertising and social comparison, this insight becomes revolutionary. Financial peace comes not from accumulating enough to eliminate all future concerns, but from developing contentment with sufficiency while maintaining prudent preparation for reasonable contingencies. The Stoic practice of wealth includes regular examination of your relationship with money and possessions. Do you own your resources, or do they own you? Can you imagine losing your current financial status without losing your sense of identity and worth? Are your financial goals serving virtue, enabling you to care for family, contribute to community, support worthy causes, or merely serving ego through status and comfort? Marcus Aurelius, despite controlling the wealth of an empire, regularly practiced memento mori regarding material possessions. He understood that all external security is temporary, that economic conditions change, that health and life itself are fragile. This perspective doesn't promote financial irresponsibility, but prevents the illusion that any amount of wealth can provide absolute security. The most practical Stoic approach to money involves what economists would recognize as optimizing for well-being rather than mere accumulation. Spend deliberately on what genuinely enhances life. Experiences with loved ones, tools that enable meaningful work, resources that support health and learning, while maintaining discipline about purchases that serve only status or momentary pleasure. When financial stress arises, apply the dichotomy of control. You can control your spending decisions, saving habits, skill development, and work ethic, but you cannot control market conditions, economic policy, or others' financial behavior. Focus energy on what you can influence while accepting what lies beyond your power, with philosophical equanimity rather than anxious rumination. Marcus Aurelius governed during periods of significant political upheaval and social division, facing military rebellions, economic challenges, and cultural conflicts that tested his philosophical commitments under extreme pressure. His approach to political engagement offers profound guidance for maintaining virtue and peace of mind during polarized times. The emperor's private journals reveal the internal discipline required to lead fairly, while surrounded by competing factions, each convinced of their exclusive righteousness. His fundamental insight that virtue remains constant regardless of others' behavior provides the foundation for engaging political reality without being consumed by political anxiety. The Stoic approach to political division begins with rigorous self-examination. Are your political opinions serving truth and justice, or merely tribal identity and emotional satisfaction? Do your political activities contribute to constructive solutions, or do they primarily provide outlets for anger and superiority? Are you seeking to understand different perspectives, or simply to confirm existing beliefs? Marcus Aurelius practiced what modern psychology recognizes as steel manning, understanding opposing viewpoints in their strongest form, rather than attacking convenient strawmen. He wrote, "Whenever you want to cheer yourself, consider the good qualities of your companions." Understanding that political opponents often possess virtues that your own side lacks. The most practical Stoic political engagement maintains focus on what you can control: your own civic participation, charitable giving, community service, and treatment of individuals regardless of their political affiliations. It releases anxiety about outcomes you cannot control, election results, policy decisions made by others, cultural changes that occur regardless of your preferences. When political discourse creates stress, remember that Aurelius faced civil wars while maintaining philosophical equanimity. When you feel tempted to dehumanize political opponents, apply his practice of seeing all people as fellow citizens of the cosmic city. When political outcomes disappoint you, remember Epictetus's teaching that external events cannot harm your character unless you allow them to compromise your virtue. The goal is not political disengagement, but engagement guided by wisdom rather than emotion, by service rather than dominance, by long-term perspective rather than short-term reaction. Politics becomes one arena among many for practicing the cardinal virtues while contributing to human flourishing. Epictetus developed his philosophy of discipline while literally enslaved, proving that external constraints cannot prevent internal freedom when the mind maintains proper relationship with desire and aversion. His insights about breaking mental chains apply directly to the subtle addictions that digital technology creates through sophisticated psychological manipulation. The Stoic understanding of addiction recognizes that you cannot eliminate desire, but you can transform your relationship with it. Instead of fighting the urge to check your phone, social media, or email, you can examine the urge itself. What need does this digital behavior serve? Am I seeking connection, distraction, validation, or simply habit fulfillment? Understanding the underlying need allows you to address it more effectively. Seneca's practice of voluntary discomfort provides practical tools for building digital discipline. Periodically practicing digital fasts, hours or days without non-essential technology use, builds the psychological muscle of choosing present moment awareness over digital stimulation. This isn't ascetic rejection of useful tools, but training in conscious choice rather than compulsive reaction. The Stoic morning reflection adapts perfectly to digital discipline. Before reaching for your phone, spend a few minutes clarifying your intentions for technology use that day. Which digital activities will serve your values and relationships? Which will merely provide empty stimulation? Setting clear intentions before engagement prevents mindless scrolling and reactive consumption. Marcus Aurelius's evening review can include examination of digital habits. Did I use technology as a tool for meaningful purposes? Or did I allow it to use me as a source of data and attention? Did my digital activities strengthen real relationships and support important work? Or did they primarily serve as escape from present moment experience? The goal is not digital minimalism for its own sake, but conscious relationship with powerful tools that can either enhance or diminish your capacity for attention, connection, and meaningful contribution. When you feel pulled toward compulsive digital use, pause and ask the fundamental Stoic question: will this serve my best self and most important values, or will it merely provide temporary distraction from the work of authentic living? Technology becomes virtue supporting when used consciously, virtue undermining when used compulsively. The ancient discipline of present moment awareness provides the foundation for making this distinction consistently. Marcus Aurelius possessed access to every luxury the ancient world could provide, yet wrote extensively about the emptiness of pursuing satisfaction through external acquisition. His insights about contentment speak directly to living peacefully within a consumer culture designed to create perpetual dissatisfaction with what you currently have. The emperor's daily practice included regular reflection on gratitude for simple pleasures: clean water, adequate shelter, meaningful work, trusted relationships. In our abundance, these basics often become invisible until threatened, yet they provide the foundation for contentment that no amount of additional purchasing can improve upon. Seneca's approach to consumer desire applies sophisticated psychological insight. Before making any non-essential purchase, pause and examine the underlying motivation. Are you buying this item to solve a practical problem, to support a meaningful activity, or to fill an emotional need that purchasing cannot actually address. Most consumer regret comes from confusing emotional shopping with practical problem solving. The Stoic practice of memento mori provides powerful perspective on material accumulation. Regular reflection on life's brevity clarifies which possessions actually enhance your ability to love well, work meaningfully, and contribute to others' flourishing. Most consumer anxiety comes from treating acquisition as if you had unlimited time to enjoy endless accumulation. Epictetus's teaching about wealth applies perfectly to consumer culture. The person who is not satisfied with little will never be satisfied with much. Contentment comes from developing appreciation for what you have, rather than from acquiring what you lack. This doesn't mean accepting inadequate living conditions, but it does mean recognizing when you have enough to live well. The most practical Stoic approach to consumer pressure involves deliberate gratitude practices, regularly acknowledging the abundance already present in your life, consciously appreciating possessions you tend to take for granted, and spending time with people whose company you value more than any material purchase. When consumer desire creates restlessness, apply the ancient question: will this purchase serve virtue, enabling better care for family, more effective work, greater contribution to community, or will it merely provide temporary satisfaction that quickly fades? The goal is conscious choice based on values, rather than reactive consumption based on marketing manipulation or social comparison. Marcus Aurelius understood his role as emperor not as personal achievement or status acquisition, but as opportunity to serve the common good through whatever skills and position he had been given. This perspective transforms any work, from manual labor to executive leadership, into potential arena for practicing virtue and contributing to human flourishing. The Stoic approach to meaningful work begins with reframing the fundamental question. Instead of asking, what career will make me happy, or what job will provide the most money and status, the deeper inquiry becomes, how can I use my particular talents and circumstances to serve something larger than personal gain? Seneca's letters reveal how he found purpose in business activities by focusing on creating value for others, providing fair employment, and using wealth generated through commerce to support education and community development. His approach demonstrates that meaning comes not from the type of work itself, but from the spirit and intention brought to whatever work you do. The daily Stoic practice of morning intention setting applies directly to work purpose. Before beginning any professional activity, clarify how this work serves virtue and contributes to others' welfare. This transforms routine tasks into opportunities for character development and meaningful service. Epictetus taught that circumstances don't determine meaning. Response to circumstances does. Whether your current work feels ideal or temporary, whether it provides abundant resources or basic sufficiency, you can find purpose through excellent execution, ethical treatment of colleagues, and service to customers or clients that reflects your highest values. The most practical approach to work meaning involves regular assessment of three elements. Are you developing skills that enable greater service? Are you treating colleagues and customers with justice and respect? Are you using whatever platform your work provides to contribute positively to human flourishing? When work feels meaningless, remember that Marcus Aurelius often found imperial duties tedious, yet maintained purpose through service orientation. When career uncertainty creates anxiety, apply Stoic focus on character development over external achievements. The work that provides the deepest satisfaction serves others while developing your capacity for virtue. Regardless of industry or income level, purpose emerges through commitment to excellence and service rather than through finding the perfect external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about his relationships, his teacher Epictetus, his wife Faustina, his adopted father Antoninus Pius, revealing how Stoic philosophy deepens rather than detaches from human connection. His approach to relationships offers profound guidance for maintaining authentic intimacy in an era when digital communication often substitutes for present-moment presence. The emperor's daily gratitude practice included regular appreciation for specific people who contributed to his development and well-being. In our age of casual digital connection with hundreds of online acquaintances, this practice of deep gratitude for key relationships becomes essential for preventing relationship superficiality. Seneca's letters to Lucilius demonstrate friendship as mutual philosophical development, two people committed to supporting each other's growth in virtue and wisdom. This model transforms relationships from mutual entertainment or convenience into partnerships for becoming better humans, which provides much stronger foundation for long-term satisfaction and intimacy. The Stoic understanding of love recognizes that you cannot control others' feelings or behaviors, but you can control the quality of attention, care, and respect you bring to every interaction. This perspective prevents the anxiety that comes from trying to manage others' emotions while ensuring you contribute your best self to every relationship. Epictetus's teaching about preferences applies powerfully to relationship expectations. Love people for who they are, rather than for who you wish they would become. Accept their independent agency while offering your authentic self without manipulation or control. This creates space for genuine connection, rather than relationship performance. The most practical Stoic approach to digital age relationships involves intentional presence. When spending time with people you care about, practice complete attention rather than divided focus between human interaction and digital devices. Quality of presence matters more than quantity of communication. When relationships experience conflict, apply Marcus Aurelius's practice of seeking to understand others' perspectives before seeking to be understood. When digital communication creates misunderstanding, remember that text lacks the nuance of voice and body language. Choose vulnerable honesty over efficient messaging when addressing important relationship issues. The goal is relationships that support mutual flourishing through authentic connection, honest communication, and shared commitment to virtue, rather than relationships that merely provide validation, entertainment, or convenience. The ancient Stoics understood that philosophy only matters when it transforms daily experience, when abstract insights become practical habits that improve your actual responses to real circumstances. Their approach to integrating wisdom into life provides a clear framework for applying these insights to your contemporary challenges. Marcus Aurelius began each day with reflection on how he would apply philosophical principles to whatever situations he anticipated facing. This morning practice adapts perfectly to modern life. Before checking email or engaging with digital demands, spend a few minutes clarifying your intentions for responding to challenges with virtue rather than mere reaction. The Emperor's evening review involved honest assessment of where he had applied wisdom successfully and where he had fallen short of his philosophical ideals. This practice of compassionate self-examination applied to your digital habits, work choices, relationship interactions, and consumer decisions accelerates the integration of ancient wisdom with contemporary living. Seneca's practice of voluntary discomfort builds psychological resilience that applies to many modern challenges. Deliberately practicing patience when technology fails, choosing difficult conversations when relationships need honesty, accepting inconvenience when virtue requires sacrifice. These small practices develop the character strength that serves you during major life challenges. The most sustainable approach to integrating Stoic wisdom involves gradual habit change, rather than dramatic lifestyle overhaul. Choose one area where ancient principles could improve your current experience. Perhaps digital discipline, work purpose, relationship presence, or financial contentment. And practice applying Stoic insights consistently in that single area before expanding to others. Remember that Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all lived fully engaged lives while maintaining philosophical perspective. They weren't isolated monks, but active participants in politics, business, education, and family life, who found in philosophy the tools for navigating complexity with greater wisdom and peace. When you feel overwhelmed by trying to apply all these insights simultaneously, return to the fundamental Stoic question: what can I control in this specific situation? And how can I respond in a way that reflects my highest values? This simple inquiry, applied consistently, gradually transforms your relationship with every challenge digital age living presents. Ancient wisdom doesn't require ancient lifestyle. It requires ancient principles applied with contemporary wisdom to modern circumstances. As you rest tonight in your contemporary world, guided by ancient wisdom, know that the insights of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus remain as practical and powerful today as they were 20 centuries ago. The fundamental human challenges they addressed, managing attention, finding purpose, maintaining relationships, dealing with uncertainty, transcend any particular technological era. Tomorrow, when you face the specific pressures of digital age living, you carry with you the practical tools that guided emperors and teachers through their own complex times: clarity, about what you can and cannot control. Focus on character over reputation, service to others as the source of meaning, and gratitude for what you have, rather than anxiety about what you lack. Let the integration of ancient wisdom with contemporary challenges become natural in your life. Let the discipline of present moment awareness guide your relationship with technology. Let the practice of virtue transform your work into service. Let the commitment to authentic connection deepen your relationships beyond digital superficiality. Sleep now with the peace that comes from practical philosophy, knowing that timeless wisdom provides the clearest guidance for 21st century living. Rest in the understanding that every challenge you face has been faced by thoughtful people throughout history, and their hard-won insights illuminate your path toward flourishing amid whatever complexity tomorrow may bring. Rest well, modern Stoic. Rest deep, contemporary philosopher. Rest in the eternal peace of ancient wisdom applied to immediate circumstances.